Welcome everyone back to the channel. My name is Mike, and today we're doing a playthrough of 20 Strong Cloudspire. This is the newest deck in the 20 Strong series from Chip Theory Games. I think it's excellent. Has one of my favorite games as its inspiration. Can't wait to show you guys this one. So to start off, we're going to be using Kram the Mighty. He has an ability Survival. In the Suffer Damage step, you may reduce the damage Kram the Mighty suffers by 1. We're going to use that to great effect, hopefully. We also start with 2 lance launchers. In each of the Apply Dice phase, we can take 1 miss and turn it to a hit on each spire. And then we're going to be playing against the Grafted Captain Tinbeard. He starts with the chip set at the yellow spot. At the end of the recovery phase, we'll rotate it once to the right. And we can't recover dice that are matching the color that the chip is currently on. So in this particular instance, we wouldn't be able to recover any of our yellow dice. We're going to have to manage that as we go. We have our normal dice as usual. We're going to be using this cool coaster I got from a friend of mine as a place for our banished dice. We're going to use this little area here for our exhausted dice. We're going to go ahead and draw 1 card to put in our inventory at the start of the game. And it says at the end of each strategy phase, you may return up to 2 unapplied committed dice to the dice pool. Not too bad. Probably something I'm not going to use a whole lot of, but we'll see. In the very first part of the activation phase, the very first thing you're going to do in every round is choose whether you want to cycle the top card of the deployment deck to the bottom of that deck, and you do so by exhausting 1 die. Bishop has an ability where he's going to bring in another unit behind him. I'm sure you've seen this in 20 Strong before if you've ever played it. That's that little plus skull symbol. If not, what that means is he's going to activate a second unit when he comes out. In most 20 Strong games, you end up fighting extra units when that happens. In this one, we're going to create a stack like in the original Cloudspire game. We're going to slide that card under that one. This is more of a tower defense, so you'll kind of see how that works as we go. But we're going to keep him, and then it says in the Suffer Damage step, he's considered to be next to our hero. And then underneath him is the Skitter. The Skitter has an activation ability, which I'll explain when we get to one we activate, but we're going to skip his for now because he goes into the stack. And that's going to uncover the Void, who has an activation ability. He has 5 hit points and 2 attack, so we may end up cycling him down next time. So one of the things you can do in this game, at any time, you may banish 1 die, and we're going to banish a purple. We're going to look through this stack, and we're going to choose any spire that we want. We're going to pick a shrubbery. The reason I want the shrubbery is at each recovery step, it lets me recover an extra die. Whenever you gain a spire, for any reason, you may immediately play it. So we're going to do that right there. I'm not entirely sure if I need an extra spot in my inventory or not to do that. I'm going to say we do. So we're going to get rid of the mini harvester right off rip. And in this game, the discard pile is, there's 1 discard pile. There's not a discard pile for everything. So you want to keep the side facing up, constantly facing up, because these cards are 2-sided. If you haven't checked out my how to set up video for this game, I would highly recommend you check that out to kind of explain a little bit better how the cards work. If otherwise, just know that they're 2-sided. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to commit our dice. So the way you're going to decide which dice you're using is on each of these cards, you're going to see the blue and the green and the yellow squares on them. We're going to load dice into our spires to do all of the attacking for us. So in this particular instance, we have 2 blues, 3 greens, and a yellow spot available. So we're going to take that many dice and we're going to commit them. Then we're going to go ahead and roll them. Now, as you know, in 20 Strong, if you've played this before, your strategy stat allows you to re-roll dice that many times, or to hold that many items. We only have a 1. But since we can only do it once, we obviously can't re-roll any of these. So we have to apply the dice as they see fit, or as they landed. So we're going to take this yellow, and we're going to load it up there. We're going to take this crit, load it up there. We're going to take this crit here. Go ahead and get all these put in. Now, one thing about misses in this game, and the reason you would want to load them into your spires, is because when an enemy attacks you, it will attack spires adjacent to it, and your hero if it's adjacent to your hero. You may absorb that damage with misses. You will exhaust those instead. So misses in this game aren't useless. They're very helpful. So that's another way this game kind of mitigates some of the randomness of the dice rolls. I love it in this. You'll see kind of how that plays out. So we're going to go ahead and apply all those. Now where you move on to the Spire's Fire phase, where all our spires get to attack things in their lane. Currently there's nothing in this lane or this lane, so we can't actually attack anything. So Bishop will be able to survive this round. We will move on to the resolution phase, basically. We're going to move to the suffer damage step. He's going to hit us because he's considered to be next to Kram the Mighty. But Kram says in the suffer damage step, you may reduce the damage Kram suffers by 1. We're going to do that. So instead of him taking the damage, he's not going to take anything. And we'll move on to the exhaust phase. We're not going to exhaust anything right now. Pretty odd first round, but that's how it goes sometimes. We're going to recover dice. We don't have anything to recover since we didn't exhaust anything. But during that, we have to rotate this so we know what color dice we're not allowed to recover. We'll go back to the top of the round and we'll begin again and move a little faster if we can. So at the top, I got to decide if I want to keep this void or not. When we take him out, he's going to take out an adjacent spire. But he's going to give us some cool stuff if we can manage to take him out. So I think we're going to leave him up there. So we're going to advance enemies. Bishop's going to move down 1. The void's going to come in, and he has an activation ability on him that says we lose 1 health. We don't get to ignore that one because it's not the suffer damage step. So we'll go ahead and take our health down to 3. Decide if we want to commit any dice. I don't think we need to. Now what we could do in this spot is banish 1 more die and go get us another tower, which I actually might do. I'm going to banish that yellow. I'm going to just take this regal right off the top. I'm going to deploy it as soon as I get it. And that's going to give us a blue or a green if we want to roll those. We're probably going to go ahead and do that actually. Let's go ahead and grab a green and a blue to match that new tower. And the reason I wanted that one is as each Spire Fire phase, this Spire may apply 1 of its dice to any active enemy. So that's cool. So we got a crit and a hit. That's awfully nice. And I think we're going to use it. We're going to take this crit, apply it to Bishop because it can attack enemies, any active enemy. We're going to take a hit out of here. Yes. We're going to take the blue hit though instead. Yeah, that's fine. Which will kill Bishop. We're going to mark that he's been killed with these tokens. It just helps me in the process. And we're going to gain 1 item or spire of your choice from the market stack and shuffling it afterwards. Well, that's very interesting. We were actually going to take a drilling outpost. We're going to put it in our inventory there. Now, the drilling outpost says at the start of each round, if the spire is in your inventory, choose 1 active spire and give it a blueprint, basically a spot for us to put the red die. So that's why I've got this chip over here. I'll kind of assign it to those spires as we go so you can physically track where it is. So we got our free item. We will move on to suffer damage. The void isn't next to anything. It's not going to hurt anything. We're going to exhaust those 2. We will recover those 2. We will turn this to purple. And I'm going to apologize now. I generally forget to rotate that chip. If I do so, I'll try to correct it as best I can. We're going to move on to cleanup. Bishop is going to go away, but the card underneath him stays. That's going to be a skitter. And his activation ability would have put him all the way at the bottom, but we got to ignore that because of the way he was put underneath Bishop there. It's a rule that's been confirmed. When you put a card into a stack, you ignore every other effect on it until later on. And then the activation only happens when they come off the top of the stack. So we will go back to the top of the round. At the start of each round, like I said before, we have the drilling outpost. We're going to take this red chip and we're going to put it on our regal out or lookout, so we can use that red die to put anywhere we want. Then we're going to determine whether we want to cycle a card off the top of the deck, which I don't think we do. I think we'll leave that conduit up there so they will advance. Now, one thing you need to know is if you can, for whatever reason, never put a card down off the top of the deployment stack, you're going to take 1 damage. We got the red die. We can roll a blue and a green. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got 2 misses and a hit. Not the greatest, not the worst. We'll put the hit there on our blueprint. This will go there. That will go there. Do we want to turn that one to a hit? I don't think we do. I think we'll leave it as a miss for now. We will go Spire's Fire. We're going to take these 2 crits and this hit. We're going to take out this Void. That gives us an instant reward. We're going to tick up our recovery phase to 3. I could bump up my strat. I think I'll go with the recovery. And then it says, then draw 2 cards from the market stack, keeping 1. So we get the Regal Lookout and the Shrubbery. Now these are 2 of my favorite cards for this particular deck. I've played this a couple times, in preparation for this. I think I can only keep 1 of them is the unfortunate part. And I only have 1 spot in my inventory. So I either have to get rid of the Drilling Outpost, which I might just do. So we'll get rid of the Drilling Outpost. As far as I know, that still stays there because that effect happens at the start of the turn. We're going to keep the Shrubbery. And we're going to put the Regal Lookout on the bottom of the market stack. You don't discard cards out of the market stack. If you don't select them, they just go to the bottom of the deck. Now, when we choose this, we can obviously put it out immediately. We don't want to at this particular time, so we're going to hold on to that for a second. We are going to Spire's Fire here and here. We may want to hold on to that. No, because it'll go away. There. So we'll do all that. Then we go to Suffer Damage. Skitter's going to hit us for 1. We'll go ahead and let him exhaust one of those green dice for us. Conduit's got nobody to attack. We will move to exhaust dice. We'll exhaust those dice. We're going to recover 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll get all 4 of those back. This can go away for now. We rotate this because we are in the recovery phase. And then we'll gain items. There's no items to gain. Move on to our cleanup. And that mostly worked out for us, I think. And we'll go right back to the top. Start another round. So at the top of this deployment stack, we got the Mugwump. I like the Mugwump as an item, so we're going to leave him there. He's going to advance down. He's going to come in. He's going to put a Corsair under him. That's 9 hit points in that stack. That's a lot. So that'll give us 2 blue we want to roll, 2 green, 3 green, and a yellow. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. There's a green crit. Those are nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and load up that hit. We're going to turn this green to a hit because that's what the Lance Launcher does. We will put this green hit there. We will put this green crit over here. We got a couple misses we can deal with. We're going to put them, we'll go ahead and load them up. We'll go into the Spire's Fire phase. We'll let the green crit hit the conduit. We will hit the Lance Launcher. Blue hit the conduit. Actually, we're going to make it the green because we can't recover the blue. And after each placed die step, which he's already dead, we can recover 3 dice or get 2 hit points. We'll take the 2 hit points, taking this from 3 to 5. Then we got the Skitter here. We'll go ahead and hit him. That'll take him out. Same thing. That'll take us up to 6 hit points. Move on to Suffer Damage. Mugwump's got nothing on us. There's nobody there for him to attack, so we'll just move on to Exhaust Dice. We're going to exhaust all those. And those, we can recover 4. And it can't be blue, so we'll take the yellow and the 3 green. Turn this to green, so. And then we'll clean our stuff up. And continue to move on. Alrighty, at the top we got a bishop in the suffer damage step. He's considered to be adjacent to us. Hopefully I don't forget that too many times, but we'll keep him up there. Mugwump will move down. Bishop will come down. He's going to bring Gekweb in behind him and cancel out his movement, or his extra ability. That's nice. Okay, now I kind of want Mugwump for that Gekweb, so we're going to have to figure out how to deal with him real quick. So we're going to roll these 3 greens for sure. I think we're going to place our shrubbery, I think. And then we're going to roll 2 yellows just to make sure we get something good over there. There we go. Alrighty, so that's what we got with that. We'll put a green here because we can turn it to a hit. Put this crit here. So we got the Mugwump lined up. We're actually going to put a green here and a yellow. And then we'll actually exhaust this. No, we'll exhaust this one. Then go ahead and load that one up there. And then Inspires Fire. We'll put 4 damage on the Mugwump. That takes him out. He's an item, so we don't get anything right away. We'll put 1 hit on Bishop. Bishop's adjacent to our hero, which he could just absorb it, but I'll have him reset this die. And that'll be that. We'll exhaust these. We get to recover, no greens. So we'll go ahead and take those, and we can actually take 5 now. Go ahead and clean or gain our item. It's going to be the Mugwump, who lets us set any, after the roll dice step, we may change the result of any one unapplied die to any other result of our choice. So that's nice, because we got this big Corsair bearing down on us. And we'll go on to the next round. So we'll leave the Powder Monkey where it sits. Corsair will slide down. Bishop and his stack of death will slide down. Powder Monkey will uncover another Powder Monkey. Now the thing about those is when those things pop, they take out stuff with them. They apply 1 damage. So we need a miss on that shrubbery to even take it out. Kind of is what it is. Alright, this Corsair needs to go. We're not doing it this round. Bishop kind of needs to go. We got 1 blue that we can roll on him. And we'll roll a miss for the shrubbery, hopefully. Alright, we're going to roll them up, see what we get. Forgot to rotate that forward, see. Go ahead and put that there. We have a blue hit that we will put here. I think we're good. We're good with that. We're going to apply a hit to Mr. Bishop off the Lance Launcher. That's all we're going to do. Corsair is going to go. That's 2 misses. Going to unlock those. Bishop's going to go. We have him hit that blue. Powder Monkey's going to go hit that yellow. That's going to be that. Exhaust dice. We don't want to exhaust any more dice. We got enough exhausted already. We're going to recover 5. They cannot be yellow. So we'll take 2 blue and 3 green back to our hand and go back to the top of the round. Now, this is the part where I was kind of talking about before. We cannot deploy this Powder Monkey. So since we cannot deploy that Powder Monkey, we're going to take 1 damage. Also, these dice that he knocked off should have been gone already. It's his ability for after the activations. So we would have lost 1 more damage last round. Not a big deal. Kram, he has an attack 2. Kram would absorb 1. He'd hit us for another. Not the end of the world. So now we move on to the dice placement, or the strategy phase where we play spires, commit dice. We're going to commit blues and greens a ton, and hopefully this works out for us. So we get 3 green misses and 3 blue hits, which means we're going to put this hit there for sure. We are going to put a miss here so we can save our shrubbery. We can turn this green miss into a hit. And these obviously have to go there and there. Of course there. We're going to take the mugwump, I think. No. We're just going to put the miss right here. That's what we're going to do. Then we're going to move on to Spire's Fire. We will actually fire this blue off to take out the bishop. And it says gain 1 spire or item of your choice from the market stack. So with that being the case, I would have used the mugwump. We'll turn this to a crit. We'll do that. And then gain 1 item of our choice. We will take a minaret. Give us access to another die here. We'll actually deploy it. We will actually not deploy it. Only because there's no way to protect it if I take that Powder Monkey out. Go ahead and get this shuffled up. There we go. Then, Spire's Fire. We're going to load these onto this Corsair. And then we go to suffer damage. Powder Monkey's going to hit this green die. Corsair is going to hit Kram. Absorbs 1. Takes the other to the face. Because we don't want to lose our spires. Move on to exhaust. We're going to exhaust these. We're going to recover. And then as predicted, I forgot to rotate this once already, so we'll turn that to a red. Now we get the recovered dice. Not red, so pretty much anything we want. 1, 2, we have 5 that we can choose from. So we're going to go 2 green, 2 blue, and a yellow. And we're going to take more damage at the start of the round, maybe. No. Yeah, maybe. We're going to clean this up. Bishop goes away. Underneath him we have Gek Web. So now we have all kinds of hit points standing on the board staring at us in the face. And we'll start back at the top. The Powder Monkey cannot be deployed. We will take a damage. Got to quit doing that for sure. Greens, yellows, blues. We're going to roll ahead and roll these up. There we go. We got the mist that we needed to save the shrubbery. We have a crit here on the Regal Lookout. That'll take out the Corsair. We have a green crit we'll put here. A blue. A green. I think that's what we'll do for that. We will then apply all these to Gek Web. We can either get 2 health or a stat and then draw 2 cards from the market stack and keep one, which we're only going to be able to keep one of those unless I change my strat right now. So we'll change our strat to 2. We'll draw 2 cards. We're going to keep Osh. We're going to put the Minaret back to the bottom. Osh is pretty good. And then we are going to apply this one there. That'll take out the Corsair. We can get 2 health, another stat. We'll go ahead and take recovery. I think it's a bad call, but we're going to take the recovery. And then draw 2 cards from the market stack, keeping 1. So we got a Muskeg and a Darb. We're going to get rid of the Minaret. We're going to keep Darb. So the Minaret gets discarded because we can only hold 2. There we go. We're going to go to suffer damage. The Powder Monkey is going to hit the yellow. That's that. For everything else, we exhaust dice. I think I got to return this again one more time. So now we recover everything but purple. Again, I forget that thing all the time. Except now we can recover 4, 5, 6 dice. We want all of our blues. Two of our greens. I think that's where we're at. We're going to clean up. And if you would have done it differently, by all means, drop it in the comments and let me know. I look forward to that kind of stuff. So then we go back to the top of the round. Powder Monkey's going to come down. We got to rotate that, I think, to blue. This comes down. Not the whole stack, Mike. That comes down. There we go. Now, taking these out are going to be key. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to roll all 4 blue and a green. 2 greens. Hopefully this goes how I hope it goes. It did not. So we have 2 green and 4 blue, but none of these blues are a crit. So that is unfortunate for us. So this is a blue. And the problem is when those powder monkeys die, they take stuff with them. And I really don't want them to take stuff with them. Guess it is what it is. We're gonna lose some stuff here, and that's gonna make me sad. Guess I rolled one too many blue dice, and it still didn't help me. So we'll do that. We're gonna re-roll. We're gonna re-roll this green, I think, and this blue. Didn't help. So there you go. We'll go ahead and exhaust that. Inspires fire. We will apply a green here, and that's going to be that. This powder monkey is going to hit that one. And actually, I would have put this here. This would take this out. but when this dies, it takes out my shrubbery. We'll take 2 health. And I can recover 2 health or 3 dice. We'll take the 2 health. We'll exhaust dice. We will recover dice. Not blue, so we'll take the 3 yellow and the 2 green. Rotate that to green. Clean up. Well, that could have gone better. Go to the top. The glider says this enemy activates to the closest available lane to your hero. And it brings one underneath it. We're going to go ahead and leave that there. Powder monkey's going to move down. Glider moves here. Brings this conduit with it. We're going to roll yellow, a green, a green. We need some misses. There's some misses. So, we got a miss here, a miss there, and a miss there. We're going to apply this there. That takes out the powder monkey. We can recover 2 health or 2 dice, or 3 dice. We'll take our 2 blues. Then suffer damage. He's going to hit that one, take that out. We will exhaust dice here. We will recover our blue. This will rotate to yellow. We will clean that up. And on to a new fresh round, and hopefully it goes better. Alrighty. So, glider moves down. The skitterer says this enemy activates to the bottom lane, stacking itself on top of any enemy already there and exhausting any dice applied to that enemy. So that's going to come all the way down to there. We'll take that. We don't mind. Now, when we took out that powder monkey, we should have took these dice out with it. And we would have got the yellow back. Apologies for that. Now we need to roll a bunch of blues and a yellow and a green, but we don't have any green because that's how it goes. We're starting to stack the misses now. Okay, we can re-roll these. I don't think we need to re-roll the hit though, so we'll go ahead and re-roll those. There's a crit and a hit. Alright, so we'll go ahead and load up the yellow, keep the shrubbery safe. We'll load up the crit on the Regal Lookout. I did this again, okay. We'll do that. Apply damage. We'll put the green here. Suffered damage. He will hit the yellow. We will exhaust dice. We're good where we're at. We'll recover dice. Anything but a yellow, so we'll take these back. This rotates to red. Move on to the next one. Grafted on Boss. And exhaust dice step. All the dice applied to this unit, to this enemy, are exhausted. So he's going to come in. He's going to bring the Mugwump with him. And the Mugwump is going to bring a glider in with him. And the glider is going to bring a Grafted Ockjob in with him. Oh, that's a nasty stack. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's not the worst thing ever, honestly. And the Mist Bane is sitting there waiting. So, we can play Spires. We're not going to, but we will play Osh. And Osh says at any time defeat an active non-boss enemy. We'll take out the Crafted on Boss, and he says we can draw 4 cards from the market stack and keeping 2, and then we get 2 health. And then we place Osh on the deployment stack. So Anvas is going to go away, and we're going to get 4 cards out of here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We get to keep 2 of them. We'll keep the tactics manual and the drilling outpost, and we'll put Daiwin and Musket back on the bottom. Tactics manual will go away because I don't have room for it. And the drilling outpost will allow us to start putting that coin out to give a blueprint for a red die. We will roll green and yellow, and green and green. And hopefully I don't roll too many dice this time like I've been doing. And we have a crit and 3 misses. So we're going to roll these again. We got 3 more misses. Not necessarily terrible again because of the way this game is constructed. So we'll go ahead and line those up like so. And then we'll Spire's Fire on the skidder here. Suffer damage. He'll hit the yellow. Mugwump's got nothing to hit. We'll exhaust dice. We're good. We will recover dice. We will rotate this, and hopefully I'm on the color I'm supposed to be on, and go back to the top of the round. All right. Now, we don't need to obviously cycle Osh to the bottom because he's just going to go away. So Mugwump is going to slide down. Osh is going to go away as our deployment card. Then we get to do all our fun stuff again. So we're going to roll a blue and a yellow. I want one of these to be a hit, please. There's a hit. We get to re-roll a yellow if we so choose, which we will. It's a hit. Spire's Fire. We're going to put 2 hits on the Mugwump. We're going to drop this guy here. That's going to take out the Skitterer. That'll give us 2 health. Damage. Mugwump's going to hit us. We're going to exhaust dice. We're going to recover dice. We get 4 plus 1 still, so that's all 5 of these. That rotates to blue. This goes away. He goes away. We'll go to the top of the round. Now, we're starting the round with a drilling outpost. Hopefully I didn't forget a turn with that already. We will take this, and we get to pick one of our spires to basically have a red blueprint. We're going to put it on a Regal Lookout because it'll attack any enemy. And go from there. So now we will activate Grafted Mistbane. He's going to move down. And units that would normally activate to the top lane or put under him, which we don't have to worry about. But now that he's out and the stack is empty, we will get the boss into place to do his thing. We will obviously roll our red. 3, 2. Yeah, we're going to roll all these good dice. And let it rip. All right. So we have a crit. That's always nice. We have a hit. We're just going to load that into... we might re-roll that since we can't mess with it, and I can re-roll now. We'll take the crit. And we'll re-roll these. Why not? Okay. We got a crit on the red now. That's super fortunate. Oh, look at that. Okay. So, we're going to load this crit there. That crit there. Bye, Mugwump. We are going to load that crit there. Got that backwards. Those there. Alrighty. We're actually going to use the singles. We're going to take the Mugwump out. We're going to take the glider out with the crits. And then we're going to take this crit. We're actually just going to go ahead and apply it to Grafted Mistbane because he's not going to get rid of it or anything. And then we'll move on to suffer damage. He's got nothing to hit. They're already dead. So we will exhaust these dice. We will recover dice. We can have 5 of them back. None of them blue. So we will take 3 greens. They will go away. Now, this mugwump item I want, unfortunately. So we'll get rid of the drilling outpost. Actually, this chip goes away. Move on to the next round. Can't deploy the boss, so we'll take a damage. Figure out what we're going to do. We need blues. We don't have any blues, so we're going to roll greens. How many greens are we going to roll? All 3. All 3 are misses. We're going to roll those again. See how that goes. It ain't go much better. We'll go ahead, put 1 there. There's multiple ways to handle this right now. Just not sure how I want to do it. So we're going to put this one here. We're going to put this one here. Spire's fire. We're going to take out the glider. Oh yeah, he's a big stack. Suffer damage. Still not next to anything. He's going to hit those. Exhaust those. We're going to recover. We're going to take our blues back. This will rotate to yellow. We're going to get our item, the glider. We can't take it. It's going to go away. Top of the round. Same thing. We can't deploy it. We're going to take a damage. And we are going to roll all of our blues. And of course, we got all misses. We're going to do that one more time. That's a little better. All right. Now, this stuff's got to go. So, we're going to put a blue here. We are going to put a blue there. We are going to put a blue here. I guess I could have rolled 1 less blue again. It's okay. It'll go there. Now, we're going to play Darb. Cover up the boss. We're going to take each one of these and put a hit on each enemy. Conduit. This guy. And Mistbane. We're going to play these hits here. And take out Conduit. He's going to let us recover 3 dice or get 2 hit points. We're going to take the 2 hit points because it's about to get ugly on us. And actually, we'll use Mugwump. Turn that one to a crit as it should have been. No, I'm not even sure. I put that miss out this round, so we're going to hold on to that. It is what it is. We're about to lose 2 launchers is all. Put those on there. Mistbane can't do anything. He's going to take out the 2 launchers. I have to exhaust 2 dice. That's fine. They're going to be purple. Exhaust these. Recover everything but yellow. We get to take 5. So we'll take these 2 and the green and the purple because we can. This goes away. And we're getting there real close. Grafted Ockjab will move up. Grafted Mistbane will move up. Darb will go away. Now, we have a blue and a green for Ockjab and a yellow. And that's all we really need because silly mistakes. There we go. We'll re-roll that green. We'll put both of these on this guy. That will take him out and draw 4 cards from the market stack, keeping 2. So, Regal Lookout, Time Vials, Minaret, and Muskeg. We will take the Muskeg and the Regal Lookout. Let's go to the bottom. We can only keep one of these. We're going to keep the Lookout. Muskeg will go away. Regal Lookout's going to hit Mr. Mistbane up here because it can attack any guy that we want it to. We can draw 4 cards from the market stack, keeping 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 is what's in there. The 2 we'll keep is the Time Vials and the Minaret. The other 2 will go to the bottom. And that'll be that. We'll exhaust dice. We're going to recover dice, everything but yellow. We're going to take the blues and the greens. We'll clean this up. And the only thing we got left is the boss. So he's going to roll his way down. We're going to roll the blue and the green and the yellow and the green. We're going to deploy this Regal Lookout to get another blue and a green. And let's see how this goes. Let's see. So we have this. Let's re-roll these. We're going to spend Mugwump. We're going to turn this blue into a crit. We're going to place it there. This yellow can go back here. It's fine. Forgot to rotate that. Probably do that a couple times. It is what it is. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to win this regardless. I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Spire's fire. Grafted Tinbeard can't hit anybody. There's nobody there. He's going to rotate down. Oh, nope. We get the exhaust and recover. Not red. We'll take everything else. It'll rotate. Now he'll move down. We're going to roll our blues here. We'll re-roll them. We get a crit. He's going to apply that crit. This one will get exhausted. We're going to apply those. He's going to take out the Regal Lookout. We get 2 exhaust dice and recovered dice. We'll take the blue. He's going to move down, and one of these was a crit. I don't remember which one. Roll the blue. That's a hit. We'll apply everything we got. That's more than enough. And that's a win in Cloudspire 20 strong. Now, this game is a blast to me. My final thoughts on this are it mixes tower defense with dice placement. It gives you plenty of mitigation. There's the different factions. You could mix and match as you see fit. We got 6 in this game itself. We got Horizon's Wrath and the Griege and the Narora. Versus, you know, the Brawnen, the Grovetenders, and Heirs, and there's still more in the box. I think what they've done with this deck is amazing. The art on it's great. The finish on it's great. I'm using the reprinted original 20 strong dice style for this one, so I could show it off. I got the upgraded chip. Again, the coaster is a friend of mine's. He gave it to me. But this particular deck, the way it works, the way each of the mini bosses, each of the mini bosses are mini bosses on one side. You flip them over. They're mini bosses on this side. They're like items that you can use. Allies or whatever. I think it's a pretty slick system how they pulled it off. I have played this 6, 7, 8 times with this particular setup. Just to see how different it would play out. It can be pretty different each time. Sometimes things line up for you, sometimes they don't. You can take different paths and strategies. You want to diversify your dice more, things like that. So like the Muskeg here, for example, he's blue and purple, which means he's very unlikely to get a whole lot of misses. And in most 20 strong decks, you're like, oh, that's great. And this one, it could really bite you. You know, if you don't have a way to mitigate the damage that's coming in on you. So maybe you want to put him across from a shrubbery, for example. You can get the hits on this one. You know, you get your misses on that one to protect him. You know, that kind of thing. I just think it's really, really well done. I like how it makes you limit your exhaustion. I'm just having a good time with it. I think you'll have a good time with it. If you are looking to get into 20 strong, I would highly recommend the Cloudspire deck. If you're already into it, I would highly recommend the Cloudspire deck. But I want to thank everybody for being here today. Hanging out with me, playing some games is always a blast. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and drop the comments. It really helps us out. We're a small channel. We're just having a good time. If you want to hang out and have a good time with us, hit that notification bell so you can see them as they come up. And you guys have a great one.